we have explored over here on the podcast in the past different ways in which skills with handling sales conversations. We've explored how these skills basically can come in handy in other aspects of the business. And so today I just want to give a quick tip about how being very good at sales can help you handle customer service conversations. Now, customer service conversations are inevitable if you're going to look at it from the point that eventually something does go wrong. And so you're going to need the skills to be able to set things aright. But even if you're one of those rare people, those rare unicorns, and you don't get anybody calling in because they're dissatisfied about something, you still have to have customer service conversations because you need to find out what it is that is going on right. And we're going to examine tomorrow how having these kinds of conversations, calling people to find out what it is that went right, how this can be useful in your business. So basically, the customer service conversations are going to be built around what is working in the business, what is working with your product or your service, or what it is that is not working. Now, hopefully, for those of you who've been listening for a long time, I'm sure you've realized now that sales is a question-led game. So you always have to be asking questions when it comes to handling customer service issues, assuming that there is a problem. Now, another thing that I hope you guys have realized so far is that in sales, we don't deal with assumptions. So you don't assume you know what is happening. You ask the question to figure out what is happening. You get all the intel and all the information that you need. And then you have everything that you need at your fingertips to be able to take what the most appropriate action is, or to make a proposal that should make everybody happy. So, bottom line, when that angry customer calls in, don't assume that you know all the details about what went wrong. Take a breath. Don't feel attacked, because yes, this customer is angry, and reasonably so, because when it comes to the wedding industry, all the services that we offer range from the tens to the hundreds of thousands, and that's a lot of money. So if someone drops 500k for a service, and they don't think that they were properly treated, it's understandable that they're going to pick up the phone and want to scream your head off, or going to go on social media to try and say all kinds of bad things about you. But just take a deep breath. You're not being personally attacked. Ask a couple of questions. We're sorry that things went wrong. I take full responsibility. Before we can rectify this, me and my partners, I need to ask you a few questions so that we can understand what happened, what went wrong, and then we'll be able to come up with a plan for how we can set things aright. And so that should always be your first approach. And that is one key thing that the discipline of sales is going to bring to you when you are trying to handle customer service issues. So don't assume that you know everything. Don't assume you have all the facts. Be calm. Ask questions. From asking questions, you're going to get all the information that you need. And if you have all the right information and you figured out what the pain points were, you should be able to make a suggestion at the end of the day that will make everybody happy. And even if nobody is happy, at least you'll be able to ameliorate things to a certain extent. So tomorrow, we're going to look at the scenarios for where you're having customer service conversations, not because somebody has called up and the person is angry, but because you are being proactive to call up the customer to find out what it is that is going right. So tomorrow we'll look into that, see if there's any benefit for being proactive to find out about the good stuff. So thank you very much for listening to the Sales for the Nigerian Wedding Industry podcast. I'm your host, Abuja-based sales consultant and event media professional, Tavishima Ayede. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll catch you guys at the next recording.